We got 50 Amazon Tech big spring deals. Let's get into it.
From gadgets bright to headphones tight, Amazon spring sale ignites.
All right, so from time to time when Amazon has these great tech deals, especially like a big spring deal, I like to do videos on this. Today's no different. I got 50 different tech deals coming out, 50 of them actually, including a couple on my desk here and a whole bunch of other ones. So if you love tech, you love Apple, you love even PCs with Windows, you love everything in between as far as tech's concerned, sit back and let's get into some of these deals. Okay, let's start off with product number one, and I have it sitting in my hand right here. This is actually a power station, and it's really phenomenal for the price right now. I'll do a more extensive video on that later on my channel, but just to touch on this really quickly, this is the VTO Man Flash Speed 300. If you look at my screen here, power station, 78,000 milliamps. It's like 230 to 300 watts as well. The reason you want to pick this up is the price. Look at this, 44% off, like I said, incredible price right now. But on top of it, it's got a flashlight on one side, and the other side, it's got just a huge amount of ports. It's got plugs, power plugs you can plug in here as well, lighting and stuff like that. It's got USB-A, USB-C. It's got the cigarette lighter that you can plug in as well. It's got everything you want in here, and it's just a good company that, you know, they make a lot of these things, and they've actually have really good reviews on all of their products. But definitely look at this, $149 right now. It's just on super sales. So if you're looking for a power station, this is a good one for a smaller one that you can actually take with you. It's not that heavy. It looks bigger than it is, but if you look way back here how small it is, it's not as big there. Overall, though, I recommend this one for sure. For that cost, definitely pick it up. Okay, we're just going to do a couple more quick power stations just because we're on this topic. Here's one right here. I think this is a really good deal too. This is the Anker Solix C1000. I've talked about this before, but it's 1,800 watts, peak 2,400 watts solar generator here. Well, you can actually, it doesn't have to be solar, but you can attach solar to it. $449 right now. It's 55% off, usually around $1,000. It's maybe not that much usually, but you can see the front of it over here. It's got multiple plugs you can plug into, USB-A, USB-C. It's got the car socket there, a light on it. It's got all the readings on the side. So everything you need up to that 1,800 watts there. That's pretty incredible. Peak at 2,000, I guess it spikes up to 2,400. So overall, I think this is a great deal and probably one of the best deals on batteries as well. And then if you want to just spend a little bit less, Blue Yeti right here, the AC 180 right here is on sale. This is 39% off, so it's just a little bit cheaper here. This is up to 1152 watt hours here. So it's a little over 1,000 watt hours. 1,800 peak here. Actually, it says 2,700 peak, so I guess you can go up to 2,700, and you get the idea. But the same thing, it's got the AC outlets, USB-A, USB-C, the cigarette lighter, everything you want in a solar generator there for $429. This used to be around $700. This goes on sale all the time, but still, these are still really good deals on power generators, but let's keep moving. Okay, I talked about these before. Now I'm a Mac channel more or less, and I do a lot of Mac stuff. These are actually the Vitur Pro XR AR glasses right here, and they're actually on sale. So I actually have them. I've done a full video. You can check out that video. They're a great product, actually. I love them for just watching content and stuff. You can't beat them. Here they are. They're down to $390 right now. They're 22% off. You can see this, the big spring deal right here. That's the cheapest I've ever seen them. 135-inch, basically a view. You know, you get the idea. These are basically like, you know, you can watch, any type of movies through these things. You can play video games through these. And the clarity is actually really phenomenal because you can dial in the settings on your eyes and actually refocus them. That's one part I love about it. But you can see they're 120 hertz up to 1,000 nits of brightness, and it really is bright. Now, the claim to fame on this is they actually just came out with some new software on it where you can look at, if you have an Apple iPhone, the newest, or I think it's the 15 or the 16, you can actually do spatial audio or spatial video and photos, without actually converting them. So you basically, there's a setting on the glasses, you can go into all your Apple photos, and it'll become like spatial photos for you and videos for you. And it's pretty incredible what they're doing with this thing. And they're still kind of innovating, and even this is kind of a new release of the software. So $390 right now, and you can get multiple screens up on your Mac, and you can look around, and you can have 3 or 4 different screens up. And I think I showed that in my video. I'll show it really quickly here as well. But it's something that you really definitely want to check out for this price, and I recommend them. Okay, this next one, actually, I did a video on just a couple of videos ago. Now, it's not actually on a spring sale right now, but it does have a discount going for it, and it's one of the best webcams for your Mac or for your PC right now. This is the OBSBot Meet 2, and you can check that video out as well. I'll kind of link it in here. You can see that. Go definitely check my channel out for that video. But overall, right here, if you look online, it says it's $129, so it's kind of a mid-range webcam for sure. But right now they're running a $20 coupon, so I just wanted to show people that you can get that obviously $20 off right now since I just did the video on it. But it's a phenomenal webcam, better than what comes on the Mac. It'll follow you around. And, the clarity is really good, and it's got a ton of really good settings if you want to do stuff like podcasts and stuff. So overall, I recommend that for $129. Let's keep moving. Now we're going to get into some stuff I don't have on my desk, but then we're going to come back to some of the stuff I do. Here we go. I thought this was a good deal. This is a Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 Classic, 43 millimeter. And right here, $219 is 45% off right now. There's a whole bunch of different colors, and there's different colors have different pricing. This is kind of the gray band. It kind of almost looks like it's grayed out there, but I guess it is a gray band. So it's a little, it's hard to tell what's going on here when you look at the picture. $219 though. I think that's one of the best prices so far for that. Actually, I lied to you, so I do have the next one on my desk. If you're looking for a Thunderbolt 5 cable, not 4, Thunderbolt 5 cable, and you don't want to buy from Apple because it's too expensive, I'd highly recommend this one from Silkland right here, Silkland Thunderbolt 5 cable. And I have it sitting right here. It's a really nice braided cable, made really high quality, Thunderbolt 5, like I mentioned. And I'm tested it, and I'm getting really good reviews on it as far as it's working really phenomenal for all of my devices that are Thunderbolt 5. So if you need Thunderbolt 5, this is an option here, and it's like less than half the price of the Apple one. Here it is right here. It's on the big spring sale. It's basically $32.99 right now. It's only 18% off, but usually around $40. And like I said, just a good pickup overall if you need this. A lot of people are starting to need Thunderbolt 5 cables, and I recommend this one because it has been tested and it's worked phenomenally for me. Okay, this next one I think is a camera a lot of people want to buy, and it's actually on a pretty good sale right now. Right here, you can see it's the DJI Osmo Action 4 Essential Combo. This is actually the Essential Combo, but this is $199 right now, 31% off, usually $289. Now it's saying combo. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. I'll have the link, and I'll have the links in the video description and all this stuff so you guys can check it out. I'm just seeing the camera because that would be a really good price just for the camera as well. But $199 I think is a great price for that camera. Obviously, you know what it is. It's an action camera. So, all right, we got a couple CPUs. Now, if you like to build Windows computers, we're not going to just stick to Mac today. Then we're going to get into some Mac stuff in a second. But if you want to just build like a nice Windows computer, take a look at some of these prices. This is the AMD Ryzen 5 5000 6-core 12-thread unlocked desktop processor. That's a mouthful. $76 right now, but 52% off. So usually around $160. Now it's $76. So that's going to make a great processor for building, just a desktop computer for work or something. It's actually a really good price there. But if you need a little bit more power than that, they actually have the Ryzen 9 9900X 12-core. This is a beast here. Usually $500. Now it's $369, so 26% off right now. And that's one that obviously you need the proper cooling. This is more of a gaming machine for this. The other one can do all their business stuff. This is more for gaming, I think. You can't beat Ryzen's. All right, let's do some Mac stuff now. Now, there's not huge sales on Mac. They never have them on these sales. They always kind of slip them in every once in a while. I didn't see too many good ones. I thought this was okay, though. This is the Mac M4 Mac Mini right here. Obviously 10-core CPU, 10-core GPU, but it's got 16 gigs of RAM, but it's got an upgraded 512 gigabyte SSD. So we get the extra storage here, $699, usually $799. So we're getting 13% off. I'm going to call that something. From Apple, you don't get too much, and I think that's a lot. All right, this next one I thought was a good deal for a lot of people. Here's this is going to be the 2024 M4. This is the MacBook Pro in 14-inch here. But we get a little bit different here. We get 16 gigs of RAM, which is the standard, but we get a 1 terabyte SSD. So we're doubling the space of that, up from 512 for $1589. So obviously, usually that would be $1799. Now it's $589. You can, or $1589. You can find these deals every once in a while, but I thought this was it's hard to find 1 terabyte and the 16 for this cost. A lot of times they don't have, especially on Amazon, they don't have these weird configurations. So that's something you want to definitely take a look at. All right, next. This is the MacBook Pro again, M4 here. This is the one you want to get if you're in a budget, but it's still powerful. 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigabyte SSD, so down from the 1 terabyte, $1399, save 13%, $200 off right now. Still a great deal, right? You're getting that $200 off for free, basically, and you get the extra. You're getting you get no extra stuff, but you're getting the $200 off, right? That's the only difference. Let's keep moving. So this next one's going to be the Crucial X9 Pro, and they say it's for a Mac. I don't know why. Maybe it's formatted for a Mac. 2 terabyte portable SSD right now, though. $129. This is 15% off, so it's usually around $150, $152. Now it's $129. So not a huge sale there, but it is part of the spring deal sale or whatever they want to call it. So figured I'd throw it in there, right? The next thing here, again, another thing specifically for a Mac. This is the Logitech Lift for Mac Wireless Vertical Ergonomic Mouse. Another mouthful. Usually $70. Now it's $59.40. As you can see, this looks a little bit like the MX Master, but it sits up a little bit higher. You can see this. But I have not tried this personally myself. You can see a picture of it there. But I do want to try it because a lot of people are swearing by this thing. It's got good reviews, and a lot of people that, I mean, I don't know why it's just for a Mac. I have no idea here. Maybe it just, it connects easier or something. I have no idea. It can be for a Windows PC as well, I'm guessing. Overall, though, I think I'm going to try that and do a review of it. All right, the next one over here I actually have, and I couldn't find it, but I recommend this as well. This is the stylus pen, basically. And it's $17.29, and it goes on. It's for the iPad 6 to the 11th generation, so the newest 11th gen. Hold on, which is I actually have sitting right here. So this is the newest 11th gen right there, and I just got it actually, and it's really good for the price. I'm gonna throw that over there. All right, so this pen works phenomenally with it, and it's $17.29. So if you just want to do basic notes, this is not for a professional drawer or something that needs every single feature, but if you want to take notes for school and stuff. It's got an on and off switch on the top. It's got USB-C as far as charging. It's golden, and it works really good. I've tested it. So overall, 36% off right now on this big spring sale, $17. You can't beat that. All right. As I kind of wear out here, I think we'll get back to other stuff. Here's one more Mac thing here. A lot of people are talking about this. Now, this is one I have not reviewed. This is the Sateki Mac Mini M4 Hub here. So the claim to fame of this one is, first of all, it's on sale. It doesn't say big spring sale, but it's on sale. It's usually $130. It's $99, so 23% off. This is just a basic hub for your M4 Mac Mini. If you look down here, though, it's got some basic ports, but the main thing is the SD card reader, and also back in there, you can see it is the SSD. It holds an SSD and M.2 in there as well to add storage to your Mac. So these have been really popular. I've done a whole bunch on my channel. I have not reviewed this one yet, but a lot of people are asking about this. So it's on sale now if you want to check it out. Hopefully I'll be able to check that out sooner or later and let you guys know. All right, next, we got a couple computers coming up here. These are Windows computers. Let's just see what we have here. First one's a laptop. This is the HP 255G10. The claim to fame of this, it's $699. It's 50% off, they're saying. Why would that be? Well, it's 15.6 inches. It's got a Ryzen 3 7330U. It beats this one over here. So it's not the fastest chip. It's got Ryzen 3. But look at this, 64 gigs of RAM and a 2 terabyte SSD. That's where the money comes in, I guess. 64 gigs of RAM and 2 terabytes. So while it's not the fastest CPU, and I can test that if you look benchmarks, it is going to have enough RAM and enough disk for a lot of people. So $699 right now, claiming 50% off. I don't know if that's true. This next one's even claiming more. And again, who knows if these are really what they are. This is claiming 68% off right now, $2,000 to $645. This is the HP 2025. It's called the 255G10. This has got a Ryzen 7 now, 7730U. So that's a lot faster. 32 gigs of RAM and a 1 terabyte. This one might be a better computer overall. It's got obviously, it says Microsoft Office Pro, but they're probably going to make you get that later. But it does have Windows 11 right here, $645. I think this is maybe it's going to be a faster computer overall because of that chip. 32 gigs, I think, is plenty. I don't think you need 64 and then 1 terabyte. I mean, obviously, 2 terabytes would be nice, but you can do the idea there. All right, this next one, my wife just picked up in the bedroom there, and it's pretty phenomenal, actually. It works really well, so I wanted to just kind of highlight it here. This is I don't know how to say this. It's like French, Levoit air purifier, and there's a couple different sizes. This is the very small one. This usually is only $50, but it's like $40, $39.97. But overall, they're very quiet. They actually seem to clean the air. You sleep better at night and stuff. So if you're looking for a good air purifier, this is actually a pretty good company. We have a humidifier from them, and overall, it's working really well. So she's got the bigger model, though. That's a small one. All right, a couple more sales here. Well, actually, a lot more. So let me just try to catch my drift here. But check out my channel if you can. I do more, I'm not usually talking this fast, all right? I'm just trying to get through 50 of them. But check out my channel. I do reviews on all tech, but I'm more of a Mac channel, obviously. So here we go. The next one here is the SanDisk 128 gig Extreme Pro. I actually use these all the time. They're phenomenal. No problems with errors or anything. This is 20% off right now, so it's around $20, usually 25. But for 128 gigs, if you do any type of camera work, you can always trust these. Just trust me. I've used them. I've trusted many videos on them. Okay, some headphones. We got a couple sales here. So here we go. Beats Studio Pro right now. They're 49% off according to this. $349 to $179. So that's a pretty good deal if that's actually true. And I know like Beats is now owned by Apple, so they're going to work phenomenal with Apple products as well. So if that's what you're looking for, definitely pick that up now. And let's keep moving though. We got a lot to get through. A couple more monitors here for your computer. So these are Windows or Mac. You can use them for both. First one here is the Samsung 32-inch. This is the UJ59 here. It's going to be a 4K monitor. So I like this because it's probably one of the cheapest 4K 32-inch monitors you can buy. So 32-inch 4K, $219. So it's 35% off right now, and you can see it usually around $340. So a pretty good sale there. Now this is not going to be the most phenomenal. BenQ probably makes the best, I think, 32-inch 4K monitors. But for 219 bucks, it's more of a budget, and you just can't go wrong with that, right? The next one is more of a novelty until you start using it, and it's not worth a ton of money. But the reason I like this one, take a look over here. This is going to be the laptop screen extender, 14-inch. So what this is basically is it gives you two extra screens, one over here and then one over there. You can see them. Two 14-inch 1080p screens that you can put behind your laptop. 189 bucks, so it's 31% off right now, usually $275. Now the reason I like this model is because of the fact that it does not stick onto your laptop. See this back here, it's just got a stand. So you basically set your laptop against it, and you got no stickiness or no magnets that are screwing everything up. It just unfolds and you can actually use it. I did a video on this as well, check out my channel. But overall, I liked it for what it is, and now the cost is way lower than it used to be. So just wanted to make sure that was, in your wheelhouse there. All right. Maybe you want a portable monitor, but you're on an extreme budget. You just want something extra, maybe for some stocks or something. You don't want to spend a lot of money. Just pick this up. This is the YXK portable monitor, 15, almost 16 inches, 1080p. You're not going to get anything crazy. Comes with its own kickstand, but 58 bucks right now. This is not even on sale right now, but I wanted to throw it in there because it's got a 4.7 rating, and you can't beat that, right? For $58 for a monitor, what do you expect? If you want stocks, you're not going to use this for design and stuff, but still, overall, it's pretty good, all right? All right, now we got some SSDs. So are you looking for some SSDs? Well, we got some here. Now these are, again, are they the best deals? Supposedly these are all on sale. Let's just see what we got. First one's the Kingston NV3, 1 terabyte, $52.99. So obviously up to around 6,000 megabytes per second. And pretty good, right? That's actually going to be, I think, a fairly good price for a 1 terabyte at that speed. There's number one. Number two, Kingston. Now, I talked about using 2.5 drives on a lot of stuff just for, because they don't overheat and they work good enough to transfer stuff really quickly, and I never have problems with them. So I have a couple of those lined up here. Kingston, 480 gigabytes here, A400. $29 for 500 gigs now for an SSD, 33% off. Can't beat that as well. This one I've talked about a million times. It's sitting right over there. This is the Team Group T-Force Vulcan. Again, 512 gigabytes, even cheaper, $27.99. I use this all the time for backups and everything else, so can't recommend this more. I even have this in a SAN or a kind of a SAN device over there, but it's basically a dumb SAN. But overall, I use these and they're phenomenal. They've never failed me. So overall, I like these drives as well. All right. I've also done a review on this one. This one's come down as well. Now check out my channel for this. This is the Oracle Portable SSD. This is 256 gigabyte. So if instead of just having a flash drive, just buy this. It's $19.99, right? Prime Spring deal right here. Look at this. It's usually 25 bucks, but it's under $20, 256 gigs. It's going to be around 500 megabytes, 460 megabytes per second. Not the fastest, but way faster than a spinning drive. And those flash drives are like, 20 megabytes. They're so slow. This thing can blow them away. It's also got a cable over here for USB A and C if you need that. So you can see that I did buy it here. So overall, it's actually a pretty good one. And then as far as the 2.5-inch drives, I love these kind of deals. So let's say you want to back up a whole bunch of stuff, like your photos here, some stuff over here, but you just need the way I use it is I have a case where I can open them up, slip these drives in, and then keep replacing them with other drives. I keep them, depending on what I'm backing up. So if you buy something like this, you just get a whole bunch of drives for the cost. Look at this, Patriot Memory Burst. This is going to be here, SATA 3. So these are all 240 gigabyte SSD drives. It's a 10 pack of them for 125 bucks. So you get 10 of these drives, 10 of them. I don't know what that, obviously that's 2.4 terabytes, but still 125 bucks, but you can separate everything, write labels on them, and then you have all your stuff separated, not all your eggs in one basket. I think for 125 bucks for 10 of them, it's a pretty good deal, right? Technology's changing, so if you want a good M.2 drive, it's a workhorse of a drive, good reviews, don't have to worry about it. Here's one by Western Digital, 2 terabytes right here, the SN5000. 119 bucks, 25% off, usually 160. So we have a good cost on that as well. Still fairly fast, 5150. Even if you're on Thunderbolt 5, you're probably going to get somewhere around there. So, that's a really good drive overall. The next one's going to be another one by Western Digital. Here we go. Western Digital 1 terabyte. This is the SN580. And this is going to be a little bit slower drive, 4150, but only $58.99 for a 1 terabyte drive right now. It's obviously a Gen 4. So pretty good price. I think, they're starting to come back down into that $50 range. The drive that I have, I don't know where it is. I've talked about this drive a million times now. In fact, I just tested it in my video on Thunderbolt 5. Phenomenal drive is right here. This is the Samsung 990 Evo Plus. You look for that plus there. 2 terabyte drive right now. It's down to $129.99. 30% off. It's $184 usually. Now I did it in an enclosure over there. I had an enclosure for Thunderbolt 5 and I was able to get around 6,000 megabytes per second with this drive. You can see it's rated up to 7250, but on that enclosure with Thunderbolt 5 up to 6,000, and I proved it in that video. So maybe I'll put the video here. Check out my channel. Look for this video right here and you'll find that, you can see all that stuff about that super fast drive. Okay. Flash drives, right? They're small, they're portable, they're easy, but they're so slow. Here's one that's a little bit faster, right here. Big spring deal, 40% off. Usually $35, now it's around 21. Samsung MUF, I don't know why, but it's 256 gigabytes right here, and it's around 300 megabytes per second. They're saying it's going to be like 150 to 300, somewhere in that range. But still, again, compared to a flash drive, it's lightning fast, right? For $20, 256 gigs, you can throw this in like a Mac Mini or something. You're not going to be doing everything on this. No, you don't want to be editing videos, but you can be storing stuff on it, and it'll work just fine. Okay, I have the next one sitting right here. I've talked about this one quite a bit over here. It's worked. It's been phenomenal for me, so I want to recommend that. Right over here, you can see I purchased it. This is the SSK Portable 1 terabyte external solid-state drive. It's all aluminum right here. You can see the little drive here. It's really, really tiny. I don't know if it comes across that big. Actually, put it behind my hand. You're not going to see it, right? But you can see it way back here. I don't know if you can see that. So it's actually a pretty nice size drive. $63 for 1 terabyte right now. It's around like 800 or 900 megabytes per second as far as the throughput there. And, it's just a fast drive overall. Let's just be honest. For what it is, the cost is pretty phenomenal. All right, let's keep moving to some other stuff here that's a little bit more interesting. So if you actually like to use the Nintendo Switch, this is like one of the most famous or used controllers. Take a look over here. This is the PowerA Enhanced Nintendo Switch controller. And you can see here it's got almost 22,000 people bought this. $34 right now, 42% off, usually $60. So if you're a Switch user, this could be one for you that actually is on your radar. All right, now we got some TVs. And I got I got an OLED TV, and then I got some of the best deals on TVs you've ever seen. So we'll see this. I mean, they're cheap, but they're still good deals for like a burner TV. All right, down here, Samsung 65-inch OLED right now, $12.97, usually $18.97, 32% off on the sale. Really good here, and obviously you guys know OLED TVs, and I think this is a good deal for this one. It's got good reviews too. I looked into this one. I was thinking about pulling the trigger on a Samsung. I'm going to wait until they come down a little bit, but this one did come down quite a bit. Okay, this next one, these are some good deals. I actually own a Hisense TV. There's always going to be someone that says, I had a problem with the TV or this or that or the other thing. Trust me, these are good TVs for the money, all right? You can't beat some of these deals. This is the Hisense 65-inch Class A7 series. 65-inch TV, 22% off right now, $349 for 65-inch. Pretty incredible, right? It's got the Fire TV built into it. You get the idea. So you're going to be buying this maybe for the basement, for something like that. Your kids want to watch it. But the picture's phenomenal on Hisense TVs. We have Samsung, LG, and the Hisense has the best picture of all of them. I mean, obviously each model is a little bit different, so do your own research. This next one is probably the cheapest 70-inch TV you can buy. And the same thing here. It's not going to be for the people that love OLED and stuff like that. It's not. But it's 70 inches right here. Insignia 70-inch. This is going to be the F50 series, $349. So 30% off, usually $500. I mean, can you beat these prices? I mean, it's crazy, right? $349 for a 70-inch TV. Throw it in your garage, right? Throw it in the basement. Throw it somewhere. It's just a great deal. And what else do we have here? Maybe you just want something for your kids' room. Your kid's like 10 years old. They throw things at it like controllers, or they get food on it. You know how kids are. Here we go. Toshiba, 43-inch Class V35 series. 43-inch, $139, 26% off, usually $189. This is the 2024 model as well. It's got Fire TV built into it, full LED HD. You get the idea. These are things that are just dropping like rocks, right? So $139, you can't beat that. Now we actually have the Microsoft Surfaces on sale for all the Microsoft lovers out there. And I think this is an okay sale, right? 26% off. So this is going to be $882 It's usually $1,200. This is the Microsoft Surface Pro 2-in-1 laptop, 2024. So good. Windows 11. It's got the Copilot Plus PC. It's got the Snapdragon X Plus, the Plus model, 10 core, 16 gigs, 512 gigabyte SSD. So we're well under $1,000 now for this. And so if you like that tablet format in Windows, I think this is a pretty good deal as well. Obviously, the sales are going to come in and come out, but overall, it's a good deal, I think. Let's keep moving. This next one I thought was a good deal for what it is. This is the Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra 47mm LTE smartwatch here, 2024, 1-year warranty, $389.73, 40% off on this, usually $649, $649 to $389. I mean, come on, that's a good deal. I think I found a good deal there, right? Overall, if you're in the Samsung ecosystem, or obviously it's going to be Android kind of more or less, this is actually a really good deal there. I mean, it's almost half off, let's just be honest. Okay. If you watch my channel, Tozo, they make some of the best cheap headphones. I did a whole bunch on the Tozo headphones. I'm not going to do those this time, but they have earbuds. And right here, they're on crazy sale. 57% off, usually $30. They're $12.99. $12.99. And, they're basically IPX5 waterproof headphones. You can use them. It's got a mic for AI calls. It's got everything in here. And I can attest to this company. Anything that they make as far as, audio is great for the price. I mean, these are obviously going to be headphones that you can throw away or you can lose for $12. But take these to the gym, sweating them. And, don't worry about ruining a $200, $300 pair of them. These are perfect. The next thing here is going to be something if you want to listen to some music, bring it with you on the go. This is the Anker Soundcore 2 portable Bluetooth speakers, 38% off right now. So usually $45, now down to $27.99. Again, this is a good name. The Soundcore name has always been a solid name. You're going to get good quality audio out of this. And for $27, just things keep dropping. I mean, when are you going to hit the bottom, right? Is it going to be $10 for a speaker soon? It just seems like it's going that direction. Okay, here's a blast from the past, right? So the microphone that never seems to change in cost finally has a little bit. This is the Logitech for Creators Blue Yeti microphone right here. Usually $130. We always see like $109, somewhere in that range. 4.6 is a great microphone for podcasts. It's down to $89.99. So that's, I think, the low price alert that I've seen it at. It doesn't get much lower than that. You can sometimes find them used and stuff. But, I mean, you do really want to use microphone? I don't think so. Okay, the next one is here we are talking some cheap stuff. If you want a Windows computer, let's say you're a Mac user like me, but you need a Windows computer just every once in a blue moon. You don't want to break the bank, or you want to do stuff with it that it doesn't really matter if you break stuff. Here we go. This is the Ace Magic N150 Vista Mini Pro. So basically 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigabyte SSD here, and you get the Windows chip, and you have to believe you get Windows on this. And let me just see in here, how much is it? $169 here. Pretty crazy. Obviously, you can see the ports on here. You're going to have some USB-A on this side. Let me just see if I can get in here and find anything else. Well, you got room for, it looks like a couple disk drives in there. It only comes with one, obviously. And, what does it have? It has HDMI, a display port, USB. So it's only got USB-A. That's one big problem right there. But you can get a converter for that. But again, this is not something that you're going to be doing gaming on or anything like that. It's just a burner computer. $169. I'm shocked by the pricing, actually. That's 35% off. Okay. Small battery. If you need a small battery to charge your phone, this is actually a company that's got good reviews across the board. I've actually seen their products a few times. I did a test way back in the day. Worked phenomenally. Here we go. This is the INU, I don't know how to say it, INIU portable charger, 10,000 milliamps, which is actually great. So you can charge like an iPad, your phone, obviously. It's 36% off, so $16, usually $25. And you can see it works with all the different phones. So it's just basically, it is exactly what it says it is. You can look at the video, but 10,000 milliamps is a pretty big battery for this. You can take it on the plane with you. It meets those requirements. And if you want to charge all your devices, $16 right there. Okay, I'm losing my voice here, so we're going to try to we're getting to the end here. This next one I thought was one of the better deals if you want to go ahead and install your own kind of, I can't call it the Ring doorbell because it's not, but this is the Blink video doorbell, but it's probably the best price that you can get, and I believe you can stick it on, and it's got like a battery that lasts a couple years, so you don't have to worry about running wires. Here it is right here. It's on super sale, 45% off, $60 usually. It's $32.99 right now. Blink video doorbell, newest model too, two-way audio, HD video, motion, chime, all that stuff built in for $32.99. You can't beat that. So obviously you've seen the Ring one. This one's the Blink one, and it's obviously, a little bit cheaper, right? But it should be good enough for most people. And I don't want to run wires. Do you? No. All right. And then finally, you know, if you want to go ahead and add some inside cameras to that ecosystem and the Blink ecosystem, they got a huge sale right now. 46% off right now, right here. It's basically $37.99. These are going to be the Blink Blink Mini 2s, newest model again. So these are plug-in smart security cameras. And the thing is you get 2 of them for $37. So if you buy this for $37, you can add this into the ecosystem. You buy the Ring doorbell. You can have all of your entry points, you know, obviously have something on them. So if anyone walks in when you don't want them to, you can get notified. This is a pretty good setup for like what? We're talking like less than $80 or something for the whole setup. So I think overall it's a good deal. Okay, we're wrapping up the video. It's going on too long. Thanks again for watching. These are kind of crazy videos. I love looking for the deals, including this thing. I love this thing, actually. I use these things all the time to plug in my lights and all my audio stuff. But, I mean, just pick a power station up. It's great for like an emergency. The lights go out. You can power the bigger ones. You can power TVs off of. This one, probably not, but you can do small stuff with this. Overall, I love them. We'll talk to you guys in the next one. Again, subscribe to my channel, not so much for stuff like this, but for all my video reviews on technology. And I do the Apple news on the weekends as well. I always have a beer. We sit back. We have some fun. So we'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.